Well, hello, my lovelies. It's Murky Meg here. Hello, hello, hello. It is Wednesday the 8th of November, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the weird goings-on with King Charles's 75th birthday. Now you remember he had a 70th birthday, which was just after Harry and Meghan got married, and they kindly postponed their honeymoon so they could attend. I have done a very intriguing video that spills quite a lot of tea on what happened at the garden party. I've popped a link in the right hand corner. If you've not seen it yet, there is some exceptional tea in there, which is a really good listen. So please click on that link and it will take you there. However, 5 years on, King Charles is turning 75. And like most monarchs, they throw a little bit of a shindig. Now, it was the Sunday Times over the weekend that basically said that Harry and Meghan have snubbed the party and will not attend. Now, remember, the Times was one of the few selected newspapers that Harry and Meghan dealt with, Telegraph being one of the major ones. But they no longer deal with the Sunday Times or the Times because that was the paper that released the allegation by Valentine Lowe, who had spoken to the Sussex Survivor Club, which were the people that used to work with Meghan and Harry, and accused Meghan of being a bully. So the Harkles don't deal with the Times anymore. But the Times put it out there. They have close links to the royal family. They are pretty good when it comes to things like this. They always dot their I's and cross their T's, so they know when things are factual and when they're not. It's very rare that they over-dramatise things for clickbait. They said an invitation was sent and that they will not be attending, and that this has been construed as a snub. Now, the celebration, the party, is going to be held at Clarence House on Tuesday. But insiders told the Times that Harry has been invited to the soiree and he will not be attending on the 14th of November. But on Monday, a spokesperson for the Sussexes said that Harry and Meghan are insistent that King Charles has snubbed them over his 75th birthday party and claims that they were never invited in the first place. But get this, because it gets better. Not only do they claim that the couple have had no contact from the palace to attend the birthday party, but a friend suggests the story was briefed to distract from the Kenya trip. What? They released it to distract from the Kenya trip. So this friend of the Sussexes is claiming that Buckingham Palace released the story to the Times saying that Harry snubbed them to whitewash over a very successful Kenya trip. What? As far as I could see, the Kenya trip went absolutely fine. The only hiccup was some idiots on social media screaming that Queen Camilla and King Charles went over a red carpet instead of some earth. But quite frankly, look, this is the photo. Okay, this is the photo. Some people got their knickers in a twist and said that it's really bad optics to have the king and the queen consort walk over the red carpet instead of on the earth, and that it's really, really offensive. Breathe. Let's spill facts, shall we? They would have had no say in coordinating, and it would be deemed offensive for them to turn around and say, you've laid on this red carpet, because that would have been laid on by whoever the organisers were, because it is a sign of respect that royalty walk the red carpet. Can you remember when Harry and Meghan went to Morocco? Harry was allowed to walk on the red carpet, but Meghan wasn't. Yeah, this is the photo. Anyway, back to the Kenya thing. To actually say, no, you need to remove that red carpet would create more offence than anything else. You know, you just go along with whatever traditions, whatever is set up around you. You don't automatically think, some idiot on social media is going to take offence to us walking on a red carpet instead of the earth. I mean, look at Camilla's shoes. She was ready to walk on the earth, and the fact that they put on a red carpet, they're not going to turn around and go, remove it! No, that would cause offence and shame. As far as I saw with regards to the media, it was a really good trip, PR-wise. So I don't understand why this so-called spokesperson / friend of the Sussexes are saying that, well, the royal family released that to shade on Harry and Meghan because of the awful coverage of the Kenya trip. That's my impression of an idiot, sugar, but hey-ho. shall we actually hear what the spokesperson for the Sussexes had to say? Shall we? Shall we? Yes, we shall. There has been no contact regarding an invitation to His Majesty's upcoming birthday. It is disappointing the Sunday Times has misreported this story, they say. The same spokesperson also denied that Meghan, who found fame on Suits, will be making a return to acting following reports earlier this week. Oh yeah, apparently she's going back to acting. But that's been denied. Oh, go on, please, Meghan, please, go back to acting. I'd love to see that. I'd just love to see it, because it would flop. And then a source close to the Sussexes, I wonder who that could be. Somebody that's spouting his mouth off at the moment because of an upcoming book? I wonder. Said that they had not received any invitation and were unaware of any celebrations until the stories came out. I'm sure the Duke will find a way to reach out privately to wish His Majesty a happy birthday, like he has always done. Now, who calls them by Duchess Meghan and Duke Harry? Oh yeah, Omid Scobie. I reckon that was Omid. I reckon that source was Omid. Oh, please, just shush. He's been rabbiting on. Hey, while I'm speaking about Omid, I mentioned he's got a book coming out, yeah? Well, look at this. He's dropped a few of the chapters. The names of these chapters had steam coming out of my ears. Get a load of this. This he's put on Prologue 1, The Queen and Her Piper, Elizabeth II's Final Days. Shaky ground, the Queen is dead, the monarchy faces trouble. Oh God, I hate this, King Charles's premiere. Remembrance of things past, the ongoing campaign to make the royals great again. Baggage, the lingering trials of King Charles, the fall of Prince Andrew, scandal, shame and silencing Jane Doe, race and the royals, institutional bigotry and denial. Gloves on, Prince William, heir to the throne. Gloves off, Prince Harry, man on a mission. I mean, come on, Scooby. You have no insider information. How on earth do you know what the late Her Majesty's final days were like? Zip, zero, nothing. You have literally been kicked out of the Royal Rota, and the only information that ever comes your way is from Harry and Meghan. You are now commonly known as the unofficial spokesperson for Harry and Meghan, or the official spokesperson, really, because we know that you have direct links to them. Court told us that. You remember the one where she lied in court and said that she had nothing to do with Finding Freedom, and then actually the facts came out and, oh yeah, I forgot, little Miss Forgetful, I forgot. We did have something to do with Finding Freedom. Oh dear, let's just forget about that, shall we? Are you telling me now that you have had no information from Harry and Meghan about the final days of Her Majesty? The fact that one of the chapters is named Race and the Royals, International Bigotry and Denial suggest that he's going to talk about that whole racial issue again. You remember the one? Sat on Oprah and it went ping, 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 ping around the world that the royals were racist. Who's the royal racist? Who's the royal racist? And then later on, probably a year later, Harry sat with Tom Bradbury and said, no, we didn't call the royal family racist. The media did. Yeah, good old Duke of Sausage. To have a chapter that is focused on the racist element of the story when Harry himself has said, no, nothing of the sort. Yeah, they backtrack so much. But of course, Omid needs to sell books, doesn't he? So of course he's going to put it in there. But this bloke has no inside information. The only inside information that he does have is skewed to one side, which we know. So Finding Freedom was belittled, and it was called a hagiography for that very reason. It wasn't a biography, it was a hagiography. Because it's not a biography, it put the subjects in a very flattering light. Very flattering. And there was a... I think back to it, I just think, how on earth did that get published? You know, there is a theory out there that they fed this to the Sunday Times so that they could refute it and say, no, we didn't say that. Why would Buckingham Palace brief the media and say they're not coming when they haven't been invited? It makes no sense. So the theory is, can you remember when Harry said that leaking and planting of stories is a dirty game? That could they have possibly leaked this themselves so that they could just clap back and say, no, actually, we didn't get an invite? Maybe they didn't get an invite. Maybe they didn't. If your son had treated you the way that Harry has done and said these things about your own wife, i.e. the Queen Consort Camilla, would you really want him there at your 75th birthday party? It makes no sense to have said they're not coming. It's really quite bizarre. Maybe they did send an email and say, are you coming? But it got in the spam folder. Maybe Meghan's blocked certain words so they just go instantly to spam. You know, you can set up like a redirect on your email. Anything from Charles just gets hidden from Harry because of the isolation issue, yeah? That's what narcissists do. They completely cut off their victim from their family. I wonder if she's set up like one of those spam filters that any particular words go straight into a certain folder that's locked that Harry can't see. Plausible deniability, I think that's called. It didn't happen. No. One day Harry's going to like crack the code to this email password and then all of the correspondence and all the invites are going to be there. No, sorry, my brain just went on a completely big sidebar then. But it's fun to think about, isn't it? I'm sorry. But it makes no sense for Buckingham Palace to say they're not coming, and then the Sussex say, well, we weren't invited anyway. It's like childish. I do find it rather delusional that Harry thinks that after everything he's said and done, that he will get an invitation. I mean, he's done some pretty horrid things to his father and said some pretty horrible things about his stepmother as well. Would you want him at your birthday party? Nope. I'm going to sort of put it out there is if Harry's ever invited to any party whatsoever, ever again with regards to the royal family, make him sign an NDA so he can't spill it in a book, or pass it to Omid Scobie, who will also spill it in a book. My own personal opinion is that they fed this information so that they could just literally clap back and say, we weren't invited, because they wanted the world to know that they weren't invited. The will they won't they go, will they won't they go is a classic manipulation tactic. It drums up publicity and it drums up the media and it drums up attention. Remember, attention is attention to Meghan Markle. Doesn't matter whether it's negative or positive. It's still attention. It's still clickbait. It's still putting her in the news. So my own personal opinion is that this is all dirty tactics, which is ironic considering that Harry said that it's a dirty game. It is a dirty game, and Harry, you're one of the biggest players. Sorry, correction, your wife is. Or Harry is by proxy because his wife is. They weren't invited. End of story. That's my own personal opinion and you can't take that away from me. Either that or, like I said, Meghan's literally put the spam filter and registered any particular words going to a locked folder, and one day Harry will find that folder and it will all come flooding out. As King Charles said in his first address, good luck with your life overseas, or words to that effect. Isn't it funny though that they released this statement via a spokesperson on the day that King Charles was opening Parliament? Yesterday it was the first King's speech in more than 70 years. And they released that statement. And a lot of people have noticed the timing of this, and it has raised many an eyebrow. But this is not our first rodeo, is it? We know that this is classic MO. If anything is happening with regards to the royal family and big events, something will always come out of the Sussexes' camp to try and steal the limelight. So what do you lot think? Do you think they were invited and the invite got lost somehow? Do you think that the Sunday Times got it wrong and an invite wasn't sent? And that's why the Sussexes clapped back and said, well, here are an invitation. Do you think that the invitation got lost somehow? Do you think it is fair that the Sussexes actually put the record straight and say, no, this hasn't happened? Or do you just think it's bad timing to try and grab some publicity and go, nah? What do you think of the chapters in Omid Scobie's book? It's a tricky one, that one, isn't it? Where is he getting his information from? Because by the looks of those chapter titles, he's got a lot of inside information, and we know it won't be from the real working royal family. And finally, what about the timing of Harry and Meghan's spokesperson's statement? Do you think it was done to overshadow opening of State Parliament, or do you just think that was a kind of a coincidence? As always, I would love to know your thoughts. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell, and also that like button. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of my followers for all the tips and all the emails, DMs that everybody sends to me. It really is greatly appreciated. So thank you very much for watching once again.